All right, the Sonic movie is pretty damn good. Go check it out, all right? For a kids-oriented video game movie, it's a lot better than all the other stuff that's out there. Absolutely. Now, it was better than I expected. I thought it was just going to be pretty mediocre, and I was just going in principle to support the movie because the filmmakers, instead of insulting the fans and getting defensive when we insulted the original incarnation design they had for Sonic, where he looked like a blue rat, instead of insulting us, they went back to the drawing board, redesigned him, made him look a hell of a lot better, made him look exactly like the video game character, and then put the movie out again and said, here, is this better? Is this what you wanted, fans? And it's absolutely what we wanted. And it's being rewarded at the box office. So I went in principle, not really expecting it to be good, but just wanting to support the attitude of the filmmakers. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was very entertaining. I was laughing throughout. And I wasn't even, the funniest parts for me weren't even necessarily Jim Carrey bits, and you'd expect that to be because he was his 90s Jim Carrey. It was like Ace Ventura was back. But the funniest bits I found were just random little moments between James Marsden and Sonic the Hedgehog. They were some of the funniest bits that had me laughing more than the others. But it was surprisingly funny and surprisingly entertaining. Just across the board. It had a lot of heart to it, had some heartwarming moments. It was fast-paced. Some of the action was pretty damn good too. It was just an all-round fun, entertaining movie. It's the kind of movie that just puts a smile on your face. You got no reason to not like it, really. And that's, my kids loved it. They said it was one of the best movies they've ever seen. Now, their standard for judging movies is pretty much how fun is it in the moment, all right? And so for them to say that, they were having a blast. But I really enjoyed it. And as for a video game movie, it is one of the better ones I've ever seen. Absolutely. Most video game movies are usually garbage, but this one, raised that standard a little bit. So it was very enjoyable. Thank you to the filmmakers. I've got to say, thank you for treating fans with respect. And hopefully now Hollywood takes this as a lesson. Learn from Sonic. Look, the filmmakers listened to us. They respected us. All right. They didn't treat us with scorn and a bad attitude. And look how they've been rewarded. Was the biggest opening box office weekend for a video game movie of all time. All right, this can be every movie. If you listen to us on a source, if you're taking on a franchise that has pre-existed and that has a loyal fan base, honor the source material. Okay, don't crap all over it. Honor it. And if the fans have a problem with what you're putting out, trailers and marketing and merchandise, listen to their feedback. I'm not saying listen to every single fan who's got an opposing opinion, but if you see a consensus of loyal fans pointing you in a certain direction, listen to them, because that's your customer base. That's who you got to please to make money. All right, learn from this mistake you've made in the past. All right, the mistake you made with Solo. The mistake you made with Rise of Skywalker. Yes, that made $1 billion, but that's not what they projected. They thought it was going to make a lot more than that. I mean, the Joker is currently sitting at a higher box office than the Rise of Skywalker. What does that tell you? All right? Because one franchise didn't insult the fans, and the other one did. And fans don't want to pay to be insulted or lectured to. That's the other good thing. There was no politics in this movie at all. None. And there were plenty of moments in the film where they could have taken jabs at their favorite menace that all Hollywood loves to hate. All right, but they didn't take any jabs at him at all. I was surprised. I was expecting at least one or two, and I could have forgiven one or two, if it wasn't that on the nose. Although most of the time, every time they do it, it is on the nose. But I could have forgiven one or two. It wouldn't have completely ruined the movie for me. But they didn't even put in one. And hey, kudos again to the filmmakers, because look, they probably lean that way ideologically, but they left it out. They left that at the cutting room floor, which is how all films should be, right? Unless you're overtly making a political film, all right, in which case you're going to alienate half the audience, then leave that stuff out of the movie, keep it neutral, and the audience will respond, and you'll get the broadest demographic and the widest array of people coming to watch your movie, and your movie will be a success. And then you can make lots of sequels and make lots of money. Everyone wins. We're entertained. You're rich. Everyone's happy. All right? So check out Sonic. Even if you're not interested in watching it, which I wasn't, I would never watch I wasn't a big Sonic fan growing up, but I went on principle. Okay? And if you're someone who is sick of being lectured to by Hollywood with their politics, or you're just sick of them, insulting fans who don't like the direction they've taken movies, all right, or don't like some of the creative, artistic decisions they've made, then go watch this movie, because these filmmakers listen to the fans. They respected the fans, okay? So let's reward them to send a message to Hollywood so they can, change their formula and start listening to people more, all right, who pay their wages. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Sonic the Hedgehog is a great, fun movie. It's full of humor. 90% of it lands. There's one or two jokes that are a bit like, leave you looking around, wondering where the punchline is. But it worked. It worked for the style of movie it was. It was quirky. It was fun. Oh, there's a great scene in the bar room. Now, it was very reminiscent of the Quicksilver scene in one of the X-Men movies, where all time slows down and he's going around and setting things up so that when time speeds up again, it'll create chaos and take out the bad guys and help the good guys. And even though it felt like a carbon copy of the Quicksilver scene, it was really good. It was done so well. Everything was done so well. And like I said, Jim Carrey really hams it up and chews the scenery, but it's hilarious. It really is. It looks like he had a hell of a lot of fun playing this role, which takes him, back to his heyday. And I had a hell of a lot of fun. In fact, my whole family did, watching him do that and just watching the whole movie. It was great. All right. So go check it out if you haven't. And I'll leave it there. What do I give it out of 10? Let's see. As an actual movie, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. But for the goodwill of the filmmakers and the fact that they listened and they paid us respect, I'm going to give it an extra 1.5 to an 8.5, because I think this movie is important, all right? Because it could set a great precedent moving forward, and I hope it does. So I'll leave it there. Go check it out. I've said that like a dozen times now, but I can't emphasize it enough. It really needs the support of fans who want to change the dynamic of Hollywood movies and take it back to, entertaining us instead of trying to brainwash us. All right. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Take care. Be good. And check out my other videos. And I'll see you later. Bye.